Imagine waking up 1 year from today, opening your bank account and discovering you have thousands of extra dollars sitting there. Not because you won the lottery, not because you got a huge promotion, but because of 10 tiny habits that took only a few minutes a day. Sounds impossible? What if I told you that most people don't become broke because of one big mistake, they become broke because of hundreds of tiny decisions they never even notice? And that's exactly what we're uncovering today. Every morning, millions of people promise themselves they'll start saving money tomorrow. Tomorrow, they'll stop buying unnecessary things. Tomorrow, they'll finally create a budget. Tomorrow, they'll become financially responsible. But tomorrow rarely comes. Meet Daniel. Daniel wasn't poor, he had a decent job, paid his bills on time, and earned more than many of his friends. Yet every month he asked himself the same frustrating question: where did all my money go? His bank statement was filled with tiny purchases, a coffee here, a food delivery there, another forgotten subscription, an impulse purchase that seemed harmless at the time. None of them looked expensive, but together, they quietly drained thousands of dollars every single year. Daniel's story isn't unusual. In fact, it's how most people lose money. Here's the mystery. Why do our brains ignore small expenses but panic over big ones? The answer lies deep inside human psychology. Scientists call it mental accounting. Our brains naturally separate money into tiny categories. A $5 purchase feels insignificant. So does another $5, and another. Because each expense seems small, the brain doesn't trigger a warning. But mathematics doesn't care about feelings. $5 every workday becomes more than $1,000 a year. $10 every day becomes several thousand. Tiny leaks eventually sink even the biggest ships. This is why financial experts often say that wealth isn't built by one giant decision. It's built by thousands of invisible ones. So what are the tiny habits that quietly change everything? The first habit is following the 24-hour rule. Whenever you want something that's not essential, wait one full day before buying it. Something amazing happens. The excitement begins to fade. Many purchases aren't driven by need, they're driven by emotion. Studies on consumer behavior show that delaying purchases significantly reduces impulse spending because emotional excitement naturally weakens with time. The second habit is paying yourself first. Instead of saving whatever money is left at the end of the month, move a small amount into savings the moment you get paid, even if it's only $20. Your future self gets paid before your present self starts spending. The third habit is checking your subscriptions every month. Streaming services, fitness apps, cloud storage, premium memberships, many people continue paying for services they barely remember signing up for. Just canceling a few forgotten subscriptions can save hundreds of dollars every year. The fourth habit is making a shopping list and refusing to buy anything that's not on it. Supermarkets are carefully designed to encourage impulse purchases. Products are placed where your eyes naturally look. Discount signs create urgency. Special offers make you feel like you're saving money even when you're spending more. The fifth habit is carrying a reusable water bottle and coffee mug. Buying one drink doesn't seem expensive. Buying hundreds of drinks every year becomes surprisingly costly. Small daily conveniences often carry the highest yearly price tags. The sixth habit is cooking just one extra meal at home every week. Only one. Restaurant meals aren't just paying for food. You're paying for labor, rent, marketing, packaging, and convenience. One home-cooked dinner each week can translate into hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars saved annually. The seventh habit is tracking every expense for just 5 minutes each evening. Not to judge yourself, but to make invisible spending visible. Because what gets measured gets managed. The eighth habit is avoiding shopping when you're emotional. Stress, loneliness, boredom, even happiness. Research shows that emotions strongly influence spending decisions. Many purchases have little to do with necessity and everything to do with how we feel at that moment. The ninth habit is comparing prices before buying anything expensive. Just 5 minutes of research can sometimes save hundreds of dollars. Patience often pays better than speed. And finally, habit number 10. Learn to enjoy delayed gratification. The world's wealthiest savers don't necessarily earn the most. They simply become comfortable waiting before upgrading, waiting before replacing, waiting before buying. Because every dollar you don't spend today becomes a tool that can grow tomorrow through saving and investing. Here's the mind-blowing part. Financial studies repeatedly show that small, consistent habits outperform short bursts of extreme budgeting. Why? Because habits require less willpower. Once a behavior becomes automatic, your brain stops treating it like hard work. That's why tiny improvements become life-changing over time. Imagine two people. One tries to save $1,000 in a single month, then gives up. The other quietly saves just a few dollars every day, year after year. Who becomes wealthier? Almost always the second person. Success rarely arrives in one dramatic moment. It arrives through ordinary choices repeated long enough to become extraordinary. Money isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to help your family, freedom to leave a job you hate, freedom to sleep peacefully without worrying about the next bill. And that freedom often begins with habits so small most people ignore them. But now you won't. Because starting today, every tiny decision becomes a vote for the future you want to build. If you found this documentary valuable, don't keep these habits to yourself. Share this video with someone who always wonders where their money disappears. And if you enjoy uncovering hidden truths, practical life lessons, and powerful ideas that can change the way you think, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your next small habit could become the biggest financial decision of your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary. See you in the next video. Till then, thanks guys.